I am Frank Bond, reporting from USA Today headquarters just outside Washington, D.C. Adam Sparks, you've been with us all night talking about what's going on in the Twitterverse as so many voters, politicians are on Twitter having a conversation. What's been going on tonight?
Yes, sir. Well, up to 9 o'clock tonight, 2.2 million tweets talking about this election. We showed this visual earlier tonight, looking at all those moments during the day when people were tweeting about going to the polls, saying, "I voted." Saw some interesting patterns. President Obama, the driving issue of conversation tonight with these election results. A couple of other issues sticking out in key states. Things like law enforcement practices in Missouri, taxes, particularly in states with gubernatorial elections, that local property tax dollar and sales tax to keep an eye on there. And now we start the transition. You know, we work with elected officials as they take office, how to use Twitter in that elected office to keep in touch and not be one of those candidates that has the ad against them next time saying they fell out of touch when they went to Washington.
Okay. Thank you so much for all your insight this evening. It's been a pleasure watching that graphic, but in the meantime, we have to remember that Twitter is not the only social network platform. And Ryan Carey Mahoney is here with us, USA Today social media correspondent. What else has been going on tonight?
Well, I mean, I can't compete with the beautiful Sparkle map, but Facebook definitely gave us some really good information tonight. As you can see, they broke it down by demographic, gender, and age down here. In posts, the darker the green, the more dense the posts on Facebook were. This was based on, as I'm sure many people saw, the on Facebook they had their I Voted, like a little megaphone app, and that was really great. That generated a lot of content for them. And actually the 2010 elections, it generated around 340,000 extra voters, which is really, really cool. I didn't count that, I promise. It's someone much more legit than me. But definitely something that's worth looking at. Google Plus as well did a lot of stuff today. They focused on a lot of the Google trends, and obviously trending were some of the more historic moments, like for example, Alma Adams winning and becoming the 100th woman in Congress, which is super exciting. So Google Plus was all over that. And even USA Today's Your Take was all over getting as many of those amazing I Voted sticker pictures that we could with the hashtag USA Votes. So it was really all over the place, but it was focus on the historic moments for the most part.
What does it give to election coverage when we get instant data? It's not a complete picture, but there's so much information that just spools into these news organizations nowadays at election night.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have to say, like, you're hearing just when we're calling all the massive elections, we're looking for other media outlets, and we're looking on social media for those other media outlets to really confirm that. Whether it's the Associated Press or other networks, we're really looking for that information as quickly as possible. And sometimes we're not getting it from those reporters, from those stories. We need those tweets, we need those Facebook posts, and I think that definitely adds a full perspective to everything, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Right now where we are, we're using broadcast resources, but we're streaming online, and we're polling into social media platforms, and it's all happening at once in one, really kind of a quilted coverage that has to be a benefit for the voters, as well as the parties, and really to keep America's electoral politics as robust as we possibly can, because that's what's in it for all of us.
Exactly. You're hearing the voices of everyone, and who doesn't want to hear everyone's voice?
That's right. Absolutely. Ryan, Adam, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining us online, and we'll be talking about this election for a few days yet. I'm Frank Bond. Good night.